Hello everybody, welcome to my Presentación Cultural 2. And for this presentation, I will be talking about working as a journalist in Colombia. This is a continuation of my previous presentation. On the last one, I talked about going to school in Colombia. But before we get started, I'd like to say that in the United States, we are very lucky. Very, very lucky that even though we may seem like a corrupted country, we're lucky to have the freedom of press that we do, especially in trying times, because not many countries have that luxury, especially the country I'm going to be talking about. Like I said in my previous presentation, I spoke about going to school for journalism in Colombia and how it could go down. So, say happy times, you're graduated from one of these universities, Universidad del Norte, and you're getting ready to work in the field. Let's say maybe you get a job at, well-renowned news station like NTN 24. But the sad truth, you might be working somewhere else. And like many countries, working as a journalist in Latin American countries, there's a lot of corruption. There's corruption in the government. There's like drug cartels. Your life could be in danger. It's very different from working in the United States. Now, sadly, I was not able to get in contact with anybody that actually works in the field. I messaged some people online who work for The Guardian, but they never got back to me. But I did find this documentary called In the Middle. I highly recommend it. It's on. You can find it anywhere online or on YouTube. Just search up In the Middle, Journalism in Colombia, or Silence with Colombian Journalism, and it'll pop up. About an hour long, but good information. And there's some pointers from it. There's a lack of press and TV stations in many regions, more so like the rural areas, not like the big cities, big renowned cities in Colombia. And the problem with that is that they can only get their news from radio stations. And then the radio stations are controlled by the military. And even worse than that, say you're a journalist in one of these rural areas, you want to work, you want to start a newscast or a radio station, radio show, you're going to have to pay people to let you use their space to do a radio show. And just to put some icing on the shit cake, you have to, or you can't really do critical journalism because most of the time it's owned by people that are in support of a political party or just a business. So you either do journalism that's not really journalism because you can't attack any political leaders on their side. You have to you're held on by a leash. You're supposed to be the watchdog, but they got you on a leash. And if you're working for a company or you use their space, you're basically going to be doing PR for them. So you really don't have any freedom of expression. And if you do have some freedom of expression, it can be very dangerous. And I'm going to play a small snippet of the documentary to show you what it's like working there. Let me just get to it very quickly.
Eriquita, ¿sí ve lo que pasó a los irresponsables de Charlie Hebdo? Por ejercer un periodismo irresponsable, por ofender a las personas, las creencias religiosas. Aprende en tu locución a no violentar los derechos humanos de nuestras familias. Eres ignorante, irresponsable. Todo por beneficiar a tus amigotes corruptos. Por eso han querido personas ofendidas darte en la jeta. Tenemos que limitar la libertad de expresión. Ese mensaje lo recibí el 11 de enero del 2015, a las 6:17 de la tarde.
Muy buenos días, señoras y señores. Bienvenidos a la emisión de noticias correspondiente a esta mañana del 24 de julio del año 2015. Aquí estamos con las noticias más importantes, lo que se ha producido en las últimas horas en el departamento del Meta, Guaviare y Colombia, por supuesto, a través de Caracol. Vamos inicialmente a conocer las condiciones climatológicas de nuestra localidad de San José del Guaviare, pero antes Erika Alejandra Londoño, muy buenos días.
Muy buenos días, Gustavo Chica, muy buenos días a la audiencia de Caracol Radio Guaviare. A las 5 de la mañana, 35 minutos, iniciamos con las noticias en Hoy por Hoy Guaviare.
Uno de los temas más importantes que tendremos en esta mañana, la entrevista con uno de los primeros candidatos a la gobernación del departamento de Guaviare.
Pues nosotros hemos ejercido un periodismo crítico de la mano de la comunidad, lo que hace que algunas personas se sientan incómodas porque decimos lo que otros medios no son capaces de hacer. Tratamos de ejercer un periodismo independiente, hacemos todo lo posible. Y en la medida que estamos de la mano de la comunidad, denunciamos lo que a la comunidad le molesta, lo que le hace falta, casos de corrupción, situaciones similares, hace que algunas personas se ofendan, se molesten con nosotros porque lo publicamos al aire y eso hace que quieran de pronto callarnos.
Now, how that lady said they're critical journalists, and a lot of times in most of these countries, Latin American countries, if you're trying to change the playing field, change the game, or actually do good journalism, you could end up getting killed, like that lady was threatened already. In Colombia in 2016, there were no murders, but there have been 152 journalists killed in the last 40 years. And the recent one was Flor Alba Nunez. It's a sad story because she was a hard-working journalist and she cared about what she did and wanted to be a good journalist, give the people hardcore critical journalism that they can use to empower themselves, but you get killed. This is the reality of working as a journalist in a Latin American country. It's not always the case, but a lot of people do face these dangers. And that's what it's like being a journalist in Colombia. Thank you for watching our presentation.